Lesson 5.3, Independence and the Multiplication Rule. The objectives for this lesson is to be able to identify independent events, use the multiplication rule for independent events, and compute at least probabilities. Let's start off with defining independent events. This is the occurrence of event E in a probability experiment. It does not affect the probability of event F. So let's look at an example. Explain why the events draw a heart and roll an even number are independent. The results of choosing a card does not impact the results of a die toss. Dependent events, the occurrence of event E in a probability experiment where it affects the probability of event F. So an example of a dependent event would be the below. Explain why the events woman 1 survives the year and woman 2 survives the year are dependent if the two women live in the same complex. These are dependent because they share a common link, the same complex. So maybe something with that complex is making them survive or not. Okay, now we need to state the general rule of thumb for assuming independence. Remember, lowercase n refers to a sample. So we have n is less than or equal to 0.05 times n. If this happens, we can assume independence. So again, if your sample is less than 5% of your population, we can assume independence, or that they are independent. So, are disjoint events, are they dependent or independent? These are dependent. If A and B are independent, then having information on A does not tell us anything about B. But if these disjoint events, if they're dependent, then knowing A occurs tells us that B cannot occur. So hopefully that helps you with disjoint events, knowing that they are dependent.